because there are 5 of us and 4 mics. That's not great.
Memory full, dude. Yeah.
Sorry. Don't cry. Sorry. All right, let's take another question.
You want to have another one?
I'd like to thank you guys for Full Metal Alchemist.
I don't know.
The last thing my father and I did before he passed away, we watched an episode. It was the one where they were on the train and Ed made all the weird things out of the train to fight the bad guys. And he said, now I finally understand why you like these things. This is better than anything they have in America.
Yep.
He passed into a coma and then into Alzheimer's after that, but I like to remember that memory instead of the rest. And shortly after that, I joined the Unitarian Universalist Church, and I would recap each episode of Full Metal Alchemist from the night before on Cartoon Network for our spiritual discussion group.
Wow, how cool is that? Well, you know what? Thank you for Full Metal Alchemist. Thank you guys for your support and enjoyment. And as much fun as it was for us to do, it's so gratifying to hear stories like that. Because we would have never imagined when we were working on it that it would come to mean so much to people that were at very pivotal moments in their lives or in very tenuous relationships, and this show helped them bond back together and repair relationships and create special moments. So we are so glad to hear and grateful to hear those kind of things. Why don't you pick somebody, brother? The back, Dorito. Leave it! Sorry, I just cleared my throat.
It sometimes depends on how much time you have, because sometimes you'll get cast and then you won't find out you're casting a part, so you go in for your first session, And sometimes you'll get cast a couple weeks in advance and you have enough time to, check out the subtitle version or read or do some research on the internet and stuff like that. So, and a lot of times, I would say, for Ed, I'm sure he got more time because being the lead, you want to do a lot of research on it, and sometimes people that come in for, smaller parts that don't record as often.
Yeah, I watched all the fan subs. I watched them all prior to actually recording, but I don't think Vic actually watched anything in advance. You wanted to be surprised as you went along, right?
Full Metal was one of the only series. What? Full Metal was one of the only series that I ever saw any of the show before we started recording. And I got to episode all in Japanese, and I remember thinking, oh, Romy Park is so good. I hope I don't screw it up. And I stopped watching it at episode 48. And if you've seen the whole series, you know how pivotal episode 49 is. So when we got to episode 49 and Mike McFarlane was directing, and he knew that I had not seen any more of it. He's like, all right, Vic, I want you to take it one page at a time. Don't read ahead. Because he wanted to, maximize the impact, right? So each time, as you know what happens in 49, everything flips upside down. And I was like, I was just going nuts with every plot twist, And so that was one of the few shows that I'd ever seen anything beforehand. What about you guys?
I never see anything before. Unless I'm writing a show, I got